NTS update. So what I will do, I will introduce another function which we will call update, and in server Go we will have to use put. So usually what I do, I use get for listing and getting single item. Yes, I just started with it. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, do like, I mean, one of the questions I was getting yesterday, like how to get started, like what to use in your case. Do you do like, I mean any example projects, how you learn this stack? As you can see, like for example, in my case, I just I put some goal, like a project for its backend API, and check documentation and try to implement. Are you using the same approach, or do you have something different for what I mean for learning new stuff? Post. Yeah, so what I was saying, for adding new item I use post request, for editing I use put. So this is a put, and we will have to change this part a little. So now we have one restriction, right? We need to check if you have ID, right? If we don't have ID, we will have to return error back. Let me see if I do it here. Fold. Yeah, yes, basically I'm trying to build clones. Yeah, makes sense. I think I also personally believe that if you want to learn any new technology, you need to practice and practice a lot. So, thanks for sharing. Let me know if you have any question related to what I do, related to my project. I will be happy to answer. So I'm checking this update function, unfold recursively. So in this function I have a check for ID. Like basically this is my database layer, right? So data access layer, what's called. So here I have check for ID. So what I need to do, I need to get this item, get this entity, parse it, and pass it back to the storage layer. If I get any error, show this error. If I don't get anything, consider that it is updated. So let me restart, and we can see if it works. So now my workflow for testing will be, first we will list, then we will check if I have this item. We don't have it yet, because every time I restart, I clean memory. I have in-memory storage. So we don't have this item yet. So first thing, I will add this item. Let's send this request. It is included, it's added. We can now verify if it's actually added. So we have this item. And now let's try to modify. So what I will do to modify, I will send this ID. I will send type. So I don't want to modify type, but I want to change name. So we add this one here. Here we don't have it. So we will update and add 1 at the end. But first let's try validation, right? So let's say we don't have ID, we should get error, ID not provided, so this is expected. Yeah, and if we do provide, we expect that it is updated. So let me see. Yeah, so update is also done. And just review, so actually update and add is very similar, and if we actually want to do it, we can actually like combine these two, and in this function maybe we can check if it's a post, we do add, if it's put, we do update, but for simplicity I will keep them separate. And last one is delete. So now let's implement delete endpoint. in case of delete, it works very similar. Just one end. Fiber entities delete. Yeah, so delete works very similar to get. Only difference is we accept as a method delete. And yeah, I use ID. So this is example for Iris. In Iris, this is a structure how you can provide ID, but in our case it is fiber. So I will do ID. We need this function, so let me also introduce this function. Entities delete. Yeah, and what we need to do, we need to get this ID first. So first we get ID, and actually from now on it is very simple in the sense that what we will need to do, we will call delete, and our ID is expected to be string, so I will do int ID. We check for error if I am not mistaken. Let me see. So our delete, yes, our delete returns an error. Yeah. If we have any error, we show this message. If we don't have anything, I'm not sure what I was using to return. So let me check for another framework. Yeah, int deleted. So we can use the same approach. We can actually use this one here. So we will say text response entity deleted. Cool. So let's restart. And once this is done, I will actually stop the stream. I think for today I actually achieved my goals. I kind of finalized CRUD endpoints for Fiber. Next time maybe we can repeat and review this code. So I am deleting first item here. So when I now get list, so first entity is not present. So this is a kind of proof that this endpoint works. Again, we are testing manually, so probably better option is to test it with some tests, add some tests. So which we will do probably in one of the feature streams. So Fiber, implement, what was it? Add, update, and delete endpoints. Okay, I think that's it for today's stream. Thanks to everyone who was watching, and then for asking questions, and then being active on chat, in comments, and see you in next stream. Bye bye.